Good morning, everybody. First of all, I have to thank the IUGS and also UGGp program UNESCO to provide this opportunity to be here and present you one of the amazing geological attraction in our country, the Namakdan salt cave. Namakdan means the salt shaker. Namak in Persian means salt, and Namakdan means the salt shaker, or somewhere you can put the salt inside. Very nice name the local choose for this cave and for this salt dome. I'm going to briefly talk about this cave and some historical and cultural background it has and some conservation measures we have done there. It was prepared by my colleague Saeed and Abdul Wahid from Qeshm Island UNESCO Global Geopark and also from the National Iranian Oil Company. I'm the director of the Qeshm Island UNESCO Global Geopark. So the location of the salt cave, you know, the location of Iran, of course. Qeshm Island is in the Strait of Hormuz between Persian Gulf and Oman Sea, near the Dubai and Qatar and Oman countries. And this is the shape of the island. And the salt dome is just here at the end west part of the island. This is a satellite image of the Qeshm Island, very similar to a dolphin. And the Qeshm city is here, the airport is here, and the salt dome can be found around here. You see, of course, different salt domes in the area. The geological map of Qeshm Island. The oldest sedimentary rocks can be found in this area are Miocene, and the average age of the island is something around 20 million years. But when we arrive here, we face to a salt dome with the Cambrian age, very, very deep and very big contrast between the age of the sedimentary and, of course, the diapir here. Have a closer look to the salt diapir, the Namakdan salt diapir. You see is the Paleozoic, the Cambrian, of course, and the sedimentary rocks start from here, and we don't have this part sedimentary rocks here in the island. There are more than 250 salt domes in south of Iran. Namakdan is only one of them. You see many of salt domes are in the country, southern part of the country. You see this satellite image with a very huge anticline. One of them is including a salt dome. Of course, this one is not Namakdan, it's in the western part. And this is the profile of the salt dome. Very nice and very amazing structure they have. I took these two photos from the airplane to show the very, let's say, attractive tectonic and structural phenomena you can find in southern Iran. This is another salt dome, very good shaped, and another one is here in the weakness of this huge anticline. You can see the salt glacier here. Okay, the sedimentary succession of the Persian Gulf basin is wrapped and pierced by the numerous salt diapirs of the basal late Proterozoic Hormuz series that were deposited in intercrastonic basins formed during the late Proterozoic transtensional event after the Precambrian basement accretion. Namakdan salt diapir is among the most fascinating salt diapirs out of 251 in Iran. The diapir composed of massive rock salt, crystalline salt, anhydrite, phytide limestone, dark cherty dolomite, red sandstone, shale, and volcanic rock, marine fluvial cave sediment, and karst phenomena were studied and dated by carbon-40, uranium series, and OSL method to determine the evolution of Namakdan diapir during the Holocene and the last glacial period. The sea level oscillation, the uplift rate of the diapir and the surrounding, and the erosion are the main factors influencing the diapir morphology. You see the contact zone of the sedimentary rocks of the Miocene, Paleocene with the salt diapir. Very good contact can be seen here. The shape is almost circular, and the area of the salt dome is 38 square kilometer. And the root of the salt domes go deep on, up to 20 kilometers. It has a very deep source. And it's located in the western part of Salakh-Namak anticline, and affected the western nose of the anticline, of course. And during the uplifting the salt, many kind of igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rock came up along with the salt as an exotic block. And you can find some feature like radial faults and also rim syncline around the Namakdan salt dome. There are 15 different entrances to the caves in the Namakdan. The main one is 3N. What is the meaning 3N? Why it's not N3? 3N comes from the interesting story when the people were inside for the excavation and some research. They found that with the clothes it's very difficult to move because most of the way you should crawling inside the water, salty water, or oversaturated salty water, and it absorbs the salt and will be dried and like a wood, and you cannot move. So they try to be naked and go inside. Some locals were waiting at the entrance of the cave. When this researcher came out all naked, they say, "Oh, look, 3 naked men." So they called the cave as a 3N. Now, if you search the Namakdan salt cave, you can find a 3N. It means 3 naked men. And this is the main entrance of the salt cave. Of course, we have some entrances. It ends very soon, 50 meters, 100 meters, 200 meters. But this one is the longest one, 6,800 something. And this is the research done by the Czech Republic Academy of Science and Charles University and also Shiraz University of Iran to map the cave. It was done in 2016. And this is the name of the people who were involved in this mapping. They have done some research between 1998 to 2000 and also 2005 and 2017. And also more research was done there, like a master thesis I was involved, sinkholes map of the Namakdan, because there are many dissolve and many sinkhole and dolin in the area, so it's very dangerous for the tourists to visit the areas. We try to prepare a sinkhole map of the Namakdan salt diapir to prevent any possible danger to the visitors, and also some biology research like a cave bacteria culture analysis and also some viscosity estimate of salt has done there. Different type of studies, many type. And the main argument for the IUGS recognition, this cave has a microclimate. It has a still air, temperature always in 30 degrees centigrade, and the humidity is 80%. It has its own climate inside. And you can find alluvial fan and meandering underground, not like a river in the surface. You can find it underground. And the cave also presents a variety of salt karst features like currents, dolins, depressions, uvula-like and polio-like, blind valleys, shaft, ponors, salt speleothems, and curved stalactites up to 4 meters. Very nice curved stalactites just because of some maybe current to the entrance. Yeah, okay. And the total length of the cave is 6,500. The passage width is somewhere 40 meters. And the origin and development, as I mentioned in the first slides, is very, very typical and interesting. And also, it's only the discovered part. I think if we continue research and mapping the rest part of the cave, we can find more passages, and maybe we add the length of the cave up to maybe 10,000 meters, I don't know. Of course, this cave is one of the key geosites of the Qeshm Island UNESCO Global Geopark as the main geosite with the international significant value. And also, it was mentioned as a member of the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we have a very, very strict protection and conservation measure there. It has also some cultural background. There was some historical sulfur and salt mining 100 years ago, up to 40 years ago. The old sulfur mine belonged to the British people. They were working there, and they captured this part of the island, and they export the sulfur and salt to Africa, to India. Had a very good trade between them. And you can see very nice picture taken by Philippe Corchet, the very famous French photographer. He's a specialist in cave photography. And it means we should also focus on some micro attraction, not only the big attractions. And the last slide is about a very nice candle of Namakdan we created in the villages around the Namakdan cave to teach the local student how to produce this kind of candle. These candles has 3 benefits for us. First, it prevents people to go sample picking. Before geopark establishment there, people go to the cave and take some stalactite as a souvenir or just use as a food. But now they just buy this candle as a souvenir. They have the stalactite inside the candle, and also is a source of income for the local student to sell these candles. And also we promote the geopark and salt dome with some information in the package of the candle. Sorry for the long speech, and thank you very much for your attention.